everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to cover our work in the Fishing for Soldiers tournament. This is our favorite event to fish every year, and while it didn't quite go as we expected, we'll cover that more from the water. I just wanted to give some quick context to what this event is. First of all, Fishing for Soldiers is a charity tournament that sends its money, all the proceeds go to Smoky Mountain Service Dogs, which is a charity that helps to train and raise service dogs for wounded veterans who need assistance. So this is going to be mobility assistance or psychological assistance for people who are suffering from PTSD, that kind of thing. It's a very great organization, and if y'all are interested in checking them out or supporting them, I'm going to link them in the description down below. But we've fished this every year for about, I think, 7 years now. We missed a couple of years around 2020 just because of financial issues. But this is our favorite event to fish every year, as I said. There is a lot of sponsors that are a part of this, and one of the key groups that's been a part of it from the very beginning is Kayak Fishing with Christ, another great organization. It's just a group of guys, a bunch of Christians that get together. They have fellowship, they have worship, and they have little events throughout the year. They're a great organization. We've talked with the person who started it several times. He's a great guy, and we always love seeing them around. But they sponsored another prize. It's going to be the smallest fish, and you'll see my dad and my brother both trying to catch the smallest fish throughout the entirety of this video. But as I said, the tournament didn't go quite as we had hoped. We had to make a lot of changes, and we'll talk about that more from the water.
All right, folks, we are launching out on the French Broad. It's the Fishing for Soldiers tournament. Lines in was at 6 o'clock. It is quarter to 11, and we're getting launched because I know there's some guys with already got fish on the board, but we just were not gonna risk it. It was just severe thunder and lightning and heavy wind, you know, whatever you want to say about it, call me a wimp, but I'm not going to die for a for a bass tournament. According to the weather radar, we have about a 3-hour window. Before the next rounds of heavy storms move in. And so we're just gonna have to get out here and see if we can find some fish. That's just the bottom line. We've had rain all night, rain this morning. Water temperatures have dropped. They are downright chilly. So I don't know how all of this is gonna ultimately impact the fishing. But at this point, I'm just hoping we can get on the board. Like I said, we lost basically 5 hours of time waiting for the weather to move through, but it really was not worth the risk at this point. So that said, let's get to fishing and see if we can put something on the board. I think I'm gonna change that up. I'm gonna go with a lighter head and not even move to a finesse TRD. I don't know, we'll see. And part of me is like, I can move to a finesse TRD and I'm gonna have better numbers, but I'm also gonna have smaller fish. Now, what's the better what's the better deal? There we go. Are you kidding me? Freaking drum. Well, it's fish. Fish number one. Not the right fish though. Not what I wanted. Uh-oh. We may have a candidate for smallest. Might have a candidate for smallest fish. All right, 7 1/4. If I get smallest fish, I'll be happy. I will be. I'll be fine. We'll break even. I'm good with that. That's sad, but I'm good with that. I'll get into these little teeny guys. Is he shorter? No, he's a little longer. Okay, well, folks, I got another candidate for smallest fish of the day. So we're gonna get a measurement on him, see what's happening. All right, he ended up being 6 3/4. A definite, pretty weird. He's a downgrade that's an upgrade. The other one, he might score. Matter of fact, he will score. Pretty positive on that. No, no, son of a gun! Please be a smallmouth. Nope, it's a drum. I can tell. It's a drum. GoPro capture. Be nice if it was a smallmouth, but yeah, big drum. Big drum. Wasted my time. That is a big boy for light tackle, especially. Lord have mercy, what were you doing up here in the shallows? I don't think you're 28 inches. But you are big. So let's get a look-see. About 24 and a half, 25 inches. Make sure we get a good look at him. So there's the fish. Good sized fella. We're gonna put him back in the water, get back up here and try to catch an actual smallmouth. There he goes. Oh, that's a smallmouth. Yes. Finally. There we go. All right, we're finally on the board. What? Mommy was saying something, I couldn't hear her though. Did you get something, Sherry? Oh, Mommy's got a big one. Is it still on? Huh? Keep playing it. Was that, did I see it jump? Do what? They can. They generally won't. Usually if they jump, it's a smallmouth, but if it's just digging towards the bottom, it could be a big old drum.
Probably a drum or a carp.
There's your leader, there's your leader.
You're right. That's as far as as close as I can get it.
I hope it's a smallmouth. You have your net, right?
Yeah, right here in front of me.
Holy smokes.
What?
I said, holy smokes.
Yeah. My arm's gonna be bruised. Big old bruise on my bicep.
That's a carp.
Well, I at least gotta get a picture of it.
Doggone it, I thought you were gonna have thought you was gonna have a monster smallmouth.
Oh, but it's a pretty big carp. I told you it was either, I thought it was a carp.
Dang it. That's a big boy too.
It's fun. Look, let me get that picture.
That's your fish.
Okay.
There's Mommy's big fish for the day. Let's see. Big old carp in the bass tournament. Pull your, oh. The rod float, pull it down. That's why your casting is weird. He is not scoreable. Another bitty guy. You caught anything else, Mako?
What?
Caught anything else?
No.
Of course not.
Oh, was that a snake? Was it kind of a brownish green and have a striped pattern down its side?
Probably a water snake.
What?
Probably a northern water snake.
Yeah, because once when I was next to my kayak break down, I smacked him in the head with my paddle.
There we go.
Yeah, it was over by the rock.
Doggone it. Catching them, but I'm not catching anything scoreable.
Have you caught one smaller than me yet?
I don't know, maybe.
7.25?
All right, 13.75. Letting him go. Off he goes. GoPro capture. Little bitty guy. Away he goes. Yes! Knew there had to be one back in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah! Heck yeah! There we go.
Any fish I caught?
And Abby catches a fish 10 minutes too late.
Yep. You're good. Come here. It's on the grass.
That's a smallmouth bass.
See, I told you you'd catch something sitting at the ramp, babe.
How you doing?
Oh gosh, I got really bad heartburn.
Okay, let me get a picture. Can you get a
Put your thumb right inside its mouth and grab it by the bottom lip, and that'll almost.
Hello.
If you put a little pressure outward on the lip, it'll freeze it.
Stick your thumb in like this.
Yeah, there you go.
Now hold your wrist straight like this. Yeah.
Michael, you might have to give her a little slack in the line.
Get out. Somebody get her picture? Get out.
I got it.
I got it.
All right, hang on. That's a beast. We gotta get a picture. Hold that thing up there.
You should be proud. Oh, it's so.
Wait, one more. Ready? There we go. All right. Do a barrel roll.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. We hope that you enjoyed it. Now, as my dad mentioned, we didn't get to fish the first 5 hours because of the big thunderstorm that moved through. It was a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder, heavy winds, major downpours, and it just kept us off the water. We don't feel safe going out when there's thunder and lightning, primarily because these things hanging on the wall behind me, these guys right here, yeah, they're primarily made of carbon fiber, and carbon fiber is essentially a giant lightning rod. As it is, we're already the tallest thing on the water most of the time. Having something that conducts electricity as well as carbon fiber does not add up for a good mix. Better safe than sorry. So we weren't feeling very comfortable. Now, my dad did end up catching 3 keeper fish for a total of 43.5 inches in that single bit of 3 hours. And while none of us managed to place in the money or catch the biggest fish, my dad did win a prize for smallest fish with a 6 3/4 inch smallmouth, which beat out several in the 7 to 7.5 inch range. So that was $150 from Kayak Fishing with Christ, who sponsored that smallest fish award. So that recouped him for his entry fee and my mom's entry fee. So that was a nice little prize to get. My mom also caught several. She caught 2 for 27 3/4, and she was one keeper behind for the highest placing woman in the tournament, and whoever the highest placing woman was got a prize package, but unfortunately she didn't get it by 1.5 inches. So, but she came really close. She was second highest finishing. I didn't catch any fish in those 3 hours, primarily because I was just going for something big. I figured if I could get something, in the 21 to 22 inch range, which we've caught on the French Broad, we've caught big smallmouth there, that I would at least have a chance at big bass. That just didn't pan out. I didn't catch anything. That's why you saw no footage from my camera, because I was very salty about it. So I tied for 40th. There was 10 of us who didn't catch. Now, the people who finished in the top 5 or so, they did not get hit with the storm because the boundaries for this tournament were all of East Tennessee. So you could go as high as, Norris in that area, and as far south as Chickamauga and Parkville, that kind of area. And I think second or third place was fishing on Norris. I know it was one of those 2 places. And the rest of them were on Chickamauga, where that storm did not get to. But those areas right in the middle, your Douglas, Cherokee, Loudon, the French Broad, and the Holston area that was in bounds, we couldn't launch above Cherokee Dam, I don't believe. So all that area got hammered pretty hard for that first 5 hours. Our original plan was to do a float on the Holston, but that didn't pan out because of, I believe, the generation schedule. And then we were going to do the French Broad, but when we went to try to do the float, there was thunder and lightning, so we just decided to launch in one spot, and we only got about 3 hours for it. But it wasn't a bad day overall. My dad finished in the top half. My mama caught a good amount of fish as well. My sister-in-law caught her first smallmouth ever, so it wasn't a bad day overall for everyone. But we are really looking forward to this event next year. As I said, it's our favorite event every year, and we love supporting it. It's just a great tournament going towards a great cause, and it's just a lot of fun. This year we had 49 anglers. Sometimes we have as many as 80 to 90. So it's a great statewide tournament, you know. So we have people fishing it from all over the place. We've got people coming from the surrounding states and a lot of East Tennessee. But with that being said, I thank you again for sticking to the end of the video. What you can expect next time around is going to be my work on the Melton Hill tournament for Tin Cat, which took place a couple of weeks after Fishing for Soldiers. So we'll have that video up and ready for you hopefully by next week. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you in the next one.